Welcome, everybody. Episode 25. Oh, man. Big 2-5.
Yeah.
League of Kyle's Rivals, Not Stupid Podcast. I'm your host, Mike. Joined with me, as always, I guess I'll do what you do, Dennis. Right here, it's Dennis.
It never lines up.
No,
Oh, that's not even on my screen. That's
Yeah,
not right.
you're pointing to Tom on mine.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
me too.
As always, he hasn't missed an episode yet. It's Alex.
There you go. That's right.
Nope, not even close for me.
And joining
That's
us
never right.
once again, he's back again, everybody. I forget what appearance this is. 3, 4, 3? I don't know.
I think it's
It's
4.
Tom.
Hey guys, what's up?
That's
Yeah.
Tom. That's Tom. He's
How's
Tom.
everybody doing?
All right, so I'll take the reins here. Bruce, thank you for the great intro and Merry
No
Christmas. How are you?
What?
Good to see. I hope everybody's doing well. We just rounded up week 12, the system week, the Tom Brady week, if you will. Going into week 13, the unlucky week.
Yeah.
But right now, week 12 is what we just finished. So what we're going to do, as always, we're going to do my little bit of a rapid fire question. And because we got 3 of the boys here, I mean 4 if you want to include myself, but I don't. We're going to do just a couple of questions about your guys' teams and just you throw it out there. First, we're going to just start off right away. And I'm going to go, and I'll give you guys in order. I'll shout you guys out. You give me an answer. If you need a little bit more time, we'll figure it out. But like we said, try to keep it quick. Keep it quick. Anyway, so I'm just going to ask first and foremost, now that the regular season's almost over, who is your most underperforming player for most of the regular season? I'll go to Bruce because he's right next to
Big
me.
Dick's Pizza.
Oh, God.
Here you go. Hi, friends.
Hey, Ron. Who was that? Were you getting your house broken into?
I think I just got robbed.
I think so too. Anyway, all right, Bruce, go ahead. If you got a most disappointing player,
I think I would have liked to see more out of, the obvious answer is Zeke, but I feel like I'm going to say DJ Chark. I feel like after last year, I know the quarterback situation is murky, but I kind of expected more. But between him and Zeke, but I don't know. DJ Chark,
Okay.
I'll say.
fair enough. Thom, what about yourself?
For my team,
Yeah,
JD McKissick.
J.D. McKissick. Okay, and Alex, what about you? Who you
Oh,
got?
we're picking from our own teams?
yeah.
Oh, man. Hold on. I don't even remember who's on my team anymore.
All right, for that case, I'll say mine. Crowder. I thought I had something there, but it kind of looks like Mims.
It's the
guy there
Jets.
now.
The second he leaves, though.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
This is easy. It's Tyler Higbee.
Tyler Higbee. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, and
I
I'm
only paid a third-round pick for him, so it's not really like a hit to me, but for what the expectation was, at least across the board by a lot of people. They thought
All
he
right.
would continue what he did at the end of last year.
All right. Once again, I'm going to flip this on its head. I'm just going to go. Who are you most surprised with? Who maybe not like who you're happiest with, but like who you thought at the beginning of the year, like I don't expect much from this guy, and then he's been pretty much maybe a solid guy, or he got you something in return. So I'm going to go once again to Bruce here. Who you got?
I'm just gonna combine my quarterbacks. I didn't expect Justin Herbert to start this year, and I didn't expect Josh Allen to make the jump that he's made, especially in terms of a fantasy quarterback, to be as high ranked as he is. So I'll say both my quarterbacks combined.
Okay, fair. Thom, what about yourself?
I'm going to go ahead and say Tyler Boyd. I knew he was a pretty good receiver, but he's been spectacular this season, except for last week.
I still remember you texting you. I think like week 3, being like, "Oh, sick, 20 points for Tyler Boyd," and then it went from there. But all right, Al, what about you? Who you got?
I'm going to jump on what Mike was going with Herbert. I'm going to say Keenan Allen for a guy I was trying to move in the offseason.
Gotcha.
He's a top 5 wide receiver now.
Gotcha. For me, I'd probably say Ryan Tannehill. I thought last year was kind of a dud. Not dud, maybe a fluke. Was the right word there. But he turns out he's actually looks like he's the real deal. So, one thing, I got one more question here, and we'll wrap up the rapid fire section. This one maybe a little bit longer winded, but I'm actually very curious. If there's one thing you could say to yourself now that the regular season is almost over, if you could go back in time in week 1 or even in the off season and be like, hey, give yourself a little bit piece of advice, what would that be? I'll give you guys a little bit. For me, I think I would say, A, don't trade Dak, even though he did get hurt, and that kind of opened up a lot of things for me. And B, try to just get better running backs earlier, because guys like Melvin Gordon didn't do much the rest of the year, and then the depth wasn't there because I had to start Burkhead and Jarek McKinnon in a few weeks. So Bruce, if you've had a little time to think, go ahead. What would you say?
Knowing what I know now, I think I would have held on to Derrick Henry, but not to say Julio's underperformed when healthy, but I think seeing what my running back situation kind of looks like with Zeke sucking and Josh Jacobs potentially out, maybe it's not that serious, or maybe it lingers, but maybe I'd have just hung on to Derrick Henry and just kind of rolled with what I have, because the other receivers I have stepped up. So I think keeping Derrick Henry would put me in a better spot than I feel like I'm in now. But I'm sure we have more to discuss about that later.
All right. Thom, what about yourself?
I probably would have to say I would tell myself to not make moves just for the sake of making moves, or not to make panic moves. Like, for instance, I traded a first-round pick for Le'Veon Bell, and Le'Veon Bell's not worth a fourth-round pick right now.
Well, yeah. I mean, at the time that move made sense. But let me ask you too: would you go back and make the Scantling MSV or MVS trade? Would you make that again or no?
I probably would have made that trade just because I thought at the time I needed to win that week, and that was my only shot at doing it.
I actually thought that was incredibly ballsy of you, and I give you a ton of credit for that. Al, what about yourself?
I would say going back even probably further than the offseason, but don't assume your team is going to be good the following year and trade your draft picks, because yes, it fortunately worked out, but I was 2-4 at a point, and I was like, well, this sucks. I don't have my own draft picks for this next year. So, I mean, I don't have any of my 2022 picks either. So,
yeah,
it's
no, I totally get that.
But bad luck can happen clearly, since I'm 7-5 and I have the third most points scored and third best all play record. And
all right, so yeah, I mean that makes sense. I think there's a lot of things we could all go back and say, and I'm actually glad we did that little segment. All right, so let's move forward to the present. We're done looking in the past. We're in the present now. Well, technically, we're still in the past because we're talking about last week's matchups, but we'll be getting to the future. So technically, we're not even in the present. It doesn't even matter.
By the time everyone's listening to this, it would be the past right now.
Yeah, but they care about the past. We don't care about the past.
Gotcha.
Because, we're so 2000 and late.
Well, we'll know everything that's said on this podcast before everyone else, so we're a step ahead of them.
It's 5D, 4D chess.
Unless Anthony's sitting outside of Tom's door just listening.
He's playing Fortnite like a 12-year-old.
Oh, okay.
By the way, I forgot to say, we're recording this on a Thursday because if the NFL can switch up their schedule, so can we.
I was too busy watching the tree lighting.
Yeah.
It was riveting.
Me too. Anyway, all right. So week 12, as we always do, we're going to break them down. We're going to ask the boys what they thought. Biggest surprise, biggest disappointment. And I'm going to relinquish game one, the Not Stupid Podcast Game of the Week, to the machine himself, Al, as always. Al, I know you have it up. We're going to go Thom beating Bruce in the Not Stupid Podcast Game of the Week.
In the Bins Game of the Year.
99.98, almost broke 100. Beating Bruce at 91.82. I'll take it away.
Well, there were a lot of disappointments, obviously, with these scores being this low. I'll start with Bruce's team, since he's the loser here. Biggest disappointment.
I mean, come on, just say it.
If I had to pick a specific disappointment, it's got to just be Zeke with 2.9. Just couldn't do anything. There's nothing. I mean, I would also say maybe Darren Waller too with just 6.3, but
that whole Raiders was a fucking mess.
Yeah, So
can I also just make one? I know it's kind of going out of order, but can I just say that if you listed, hey, who's going to get the most fantasy points out of Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Matt Ryan, and Mitch Trubisky, how many times out of 100 would you say Mitch Trubisky?
None.
Thank you.
Mitchell.
That's Mitchell, but it clearly says it right there, Mitchell. But moving on, I'm just going to go to the biggest disappointment on Tom's team. It's got to be just watching Tyler Boyd not being able to do anything because the QB there is terrible without Joe Burrow. So that's mine. I mean, again, there's a couple others on there, but we don't need to mention them. Biggest surprise, Bruce, honestly don't have a surprise on this. No. Maybe Ruggs somehow scoring 8.4.
That's what I said.
He scored 8.4 in that mess of a game, and he's barely doing anything. So I guess
at least I got my stupid COVID sub right. I guess if there's one decision I got right this week, that's
sure. And then And then biggest surprise on Tom's team, it's going to be Mitchell Trubisky himself.
Garbage time, Mitch.
Just getting a solid 17.78 points. So
Solid.
That entire stat line was garbage time. That was all those 2 touchdowns in the fourth. I love it.
And if he didn't throw those 2 interceptions, he would have broke 20 points, which is exactly what you want out of a quarterback.
What?
Yeah.
It's just what you could expect from Mitch week in and week out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clear.
It definitely
clear
wasn't
cut,
the Packers easing up 30 points in the fourth.
clear-cut starting quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky of the Chicago
Yes.
Bears now.
Yes, absolutely. Not Tyler Bray or the Fray or whatever band from the early 90s. If you guys just want to say something because you're both here, if you guys want to just give a little quick thing, I'll go to the Victor first because he gets to say if you got any comment there on the matchup. Go ahead.
Mike, none of us deserve to win that game, but I appreciate you letting me clinch the playoffs. And if we have another matchup, hopefully, our players play well instead of not playing well.
Dennis, I'll hype you and me up a little bit. Our teams have never scored this low this entire season.
I did not know that, actually.
Your team and my team are the only 2 that haven't scored.
I thought I got less than 100 that week I played Alex Hotchberg.
No.
It's not. Oh,
No, you scored a decent amount. Alex just scored 180.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Cool. Bruce, if you have anything, go ahead.
Yeah. So my quick comments are: thank God we don't have a prize for scoring title, because I'd be just fucking livid because I've had the lead the entire year until now, and this just goes to show you that you can underrate like the COVID list guys that might be out all you want, but this is a week. No Adam Thielen. Obviously, Julio Jones being hurt didn't help me either, but I think in a week where, let's say, Jackson plays, he probably doesn't do much better than 17 against Pittsburgh. Maybe if Adam Thielen plays over someone else, it's enough to put me over the hump. But
some teams can battle adversity and still score 150 points.
Yeah.
Players missing.
Yeah, right. So don't take sometimes those COVID injuries, they might seem like, whatever, I'll just put a fill-in in, but
all right.
sucks.
We'll move past that. I think in the future, if that matchup comes up again, I think that'll be better. Bruce, what's the matchup below that for you on that? I think it's different on the sheet than it is in the
Well, I put the game of the week on first, but then it should go in order because the top of mine
because Alex redid it, I think. Who do you have next? Which game do you have next?
I mean, the top of my
You didn't reload your page. You didn't reload the page.
Okay. So then, all right. So then I'll go to Thom. Which one do you have below that if you reloaded your page?
I have Coach Dad against Fuck My Cane.
All right. So go ahead. Go break that one down for me, if you would, please.
Yeah, no problem. Kyle loses to Alex here by the score of 149.56 to 75.68. Really not close at all. Not much of a battle. Kyle's team's he depleted it again, and again he made himself not competitive for the rest of the season. So it's a score that you have to expect. As far as a surprise, Melvin Gordon with only 3 points, a week removed from having a great game, and especially since there was no quarterback in Denver, you'd think he'd get a lot more work.
Mm-hmm. Which he didn't.
He just didn't. No,
yeah, it was
nothing.
weird.
A lot of Phillip Lindsay, at least early on it seemed. But
and he got hurt
the
too.
better running back.
They just treated.
Yeah, that game was not great at all.
So, it was a horrible game to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my disappointment for Kyle. As far as the disappointment for Alex goes, I mean, I guess you have to go with Clyde Edwards-Helaire with 4.9. Again, he's to me he's had a very up and down season. I know he's pretty high up in the running back rankings, but he's
down for me.
Pretty up and down. So hopefully you catch him in the playoffs on an up week, Alex.
Well, yeah, he's still a running back 1 in the season, and
what is he, 10th or 11th?
When Tyreek Hill has like 5,000 receiving yards in the first half, then there's a reason you could tell they didn't need to run because the drive just ended immediately twice.
Yeah, well, you have to fear that with the Chiefs though, because they could explode on offense and then.
Yeah, but I have Patrick Mahomes, so I get the points there. So
there's nothing to fear.
That's kind of the point of this. It's I have, if for some reason Mahomes doesn't throw the touchdown, it's most likely going to be Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So
most likely. Well, whatever. as far as the surprise goes,
you guys can hate on him all he wants. He's a running back 1.
I like.
It's
him.
just because everyone thought he was going to be the next Christian McCaffrey. So now
Oh, I like him. I like actually CH a lot. I wish I would have drafted him instead of stupid Jonathan Taylor. Anyway,
I don't like him, but he's good though.
Yeah.
But
And it's
anyway,
year one.
also
Not even getting the targets yet.
I'm not gonna mention any surprises for Kyle.
I'm gonna give him T. Higgins in that mess of a Cincinnati offensive game
I would too.
for getting
Yeah?
that touchdown. Yeah,
All right, I
because
guess
Brandon
Higgins-
Allen did nothing, and then to get that touchdown at the end, like it wasn't really garbage time. They could have gone down and won, but
It
With how
wasn't
bad-
garbage time at all.
with how badly, well, it was a 9-point game. You couldn't say it was. It was within 2 minutes. To have 15 on just a brutal offensive day, I think that's pretty good.
I also wanted to mention 0 points from Tim Patrick, not his fault, and from Jonnu Smith. So 2 zeros on the board there.
Yeah.
So I guess if T. Higgins is surprised, sure. Someone had to catch something in Cincinnati, so glad it was him. As a surprise for Alex's team, I mean, I kind of expect – you could say Mahomes at 35, but that's not surprising to me. The most surprising really to me is Ingram with 19 points or 18.90. I know he's a great tight end when he's healthy and when he's playing well, but still 18.9 from the Giants, especially when Dan Jones was out for like a quarter.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Cincinnati.
yeah, but still, it's good to see that he's getting the targets.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So, I mean, I think for me, I'll just cut in there. I think Jonnu Smith is way more of a disappointment there just because that was a really good – I mean, the Titans destroyed the Colts. It did not even close. And Jonnu Smith has been really good for them in the red zone. And that team in general has been really good in the red zone.
Ferkser ruined Jonnu
Yeah.
Smith's breakout season.
So, I mean, Al, if you got anything you want to say about this matchup before we move on, feel free. Now you have the floor.
Like I said, I'm just stoked I scored pretty much 150 points when not having Ben Roethlisberger, not having J.K. Dobbins, who would have been in my lineup this week. That's really it.
Good.
I was able to put Deontay Johnson just because I already had the win, and it didn't matter if he didn't.
Right, yeah. All right, so Bruce, what is the next one underneath that for you?
I have Phil and you.
All right, take it away.
I mean, Phil with a fantastic 155 points got his ass beat because Dennis put up a ridiculous record, 255.84.
Jeez.
I mean, listen, Derrick Henry just doing Derrick Henry November and December things. Tyreek Hill having like we said 5,000 yards, and just everybody else it was ridiculous. Like I don't know what else to say. Like I don't. Everyone just went off. Like there's really nothing more to say. You can't really say we could say disappointment for Phil. Sure, Jared Goff. But it doesn't matter. He put up 155 even with a 3 from him. But to lose by 100 when you score 155, that I'd be furious.
Yeah, I mean, and I didn't realize it because I looked this morning, but he would have beaten everybody else in the league with that score,
Yep.
which is nuts. I mean, he's not eliminated, right? Not yet.
No.
Oh no, he's
Yeah,
in a
okay.
playoff spot right now.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just say this because I mean, like you said, there's not too much to talk about. I mean, just had really good matchups this week, and obviously Tyreek Hill went ballistic, and Derrick Henry went ballistic, and I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. There's nothing else really to say about that. So hopefully I can keep that going moving forward. Hopefully, but
He always says you blew your load too early.
Yeah, I think the whole league hopes that you've hit your pinnacle.
I mean, I don't agree with you guys, but I mean, listen, good luck. Maybe we'll see each other in the future. But yeah, no, that's great. Hopefully, I liked my matchups that week, but I mean, just to say it, Devontae Parker is not going to play the Jets every week, and Justin Jefferson isn't going to be the number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah, Devontae Parker, you just got to hope that Ryan Fitzpatrick stays the quarterback.
Yeah, me too.
That's the big thing there.
That's true. Yeah, well, they're saying it's a thumb with Tua, even though I think it was like a real benching.
But he wasn't hurt. But how he's hurt?
Yeah, who knows? But either way, all right. So, what's for you guys? Because it's different for me. What is the next matchup underneath that for you guys?
It should be the same. It's Anthony is a weenie.
The big rivalry. Bush League, Pussy Anthony.
Hold on, let me find it.
Oh,
I updated. All right, here we go. All right, so Anthony is a weenie, beats Juicy Swag a little closer than we may have thought it was going to be. 125.1 to JS's 118.72. Looking at it just at a quick glance, I'll say for Dog's team, biggest surprise, Antonio Gibson having that big breakout game. I mean, very talented player, obviously, but still just that finally that like big breakout game, like the I have arrived type of game. And for Anthony, Juicy Swag, surprise. I'm gonna probably go. It shouldn't be, but Hollywood Brown finally getting and having
because finally Lamar Jackson, not the quarterback, someone actually looked.
Well, I mean, Lamar Jackson and RG3 now the quarterback. It was the giant touchdown.
Trace McSorley.
Yeah, Trace McSorley lame duck that he threw up that I think.
What do you mean? He threw it on a dime.
Yeah, threw it on a dime. Like he's not even trying.
It was more like a hay penny. But anyway, for Joe,
he doesn't get it, dude. Dennis probably just doesn't have the natties on his mind.
Yeah, bro. He's wearing number 9.
Neither did Trace McSorley. Anyway, so
they did win the Big Ten East one year.
Cool. Anyway, so the disappointment's got to be Derek Carr for me, 0.6.
Well, yeah,
really,
he sucked.
Yeah, 0.6. I mean, you can a point. Second worst.
Yeah, it was Anthony's sabotage trade.
Pretty much. And then for Juicy Swag, I don't even want to say Sony Michel because like at this point
he doesn't play.
He doesn't play.
Little controversy with this matchup if we want to discuss it while we're talking about their matchup.
I mean, yeah, I'll just touch on it. I think maybe Mike Williams just because he's a boomer bust kind of guy and 5 points is not great for a guy like him. Yeah, Bruce, if you want to touch on that, feel free.
A little controversy of Anthony dropping David Moore right before the Monday night game to the I guess what's the right word I'm looking for? Chagrin of Dog, you could say.
Wow, that's a great word. Wasn't that
speaking French?
I think it's Quebec. I'm not sure.
Oh, Quebec.
Yeah, I mean, I'll add my 2 cents. I don't like it, but like, you can do it. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't necessarily like that, but I'm not going to sit here and throw a fuss about it. Like, I wish
I would have done it.
I would have also done it.
Yeah, and like I'm saying,
we actually all talked about it. Me, Tom, and Anthony the day before.
Well, because when you're talking drop David Moore for a chance at Trevor Lawrence, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, me too.
Right,
dude. That was why I said on this podcast, trade Mike Williams and Curtis Samuel to get Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I know better players than David Moore, obviously, but I said, dude, like trade what you got to.
Those guys can be useful for Anthony.
No,
David Moore is not useful.
I get it, but it's still it was just one of those like, hey man, just do what you got to do and then figure it out.
Right. All right. So, I mean, like, I don't want to beat a dead horse there, but listen, it's totally legal. If you want to do it, feel free. Drop your good players for all of us. Anyway, yes. Who's got the next one?
Well, David Moore is still sitting out there on free agency, so apparently he's not.
He must have to. I think he has to clear like the next round of waivers.
He has to clear. Yeah, he did.
I noticed that.
Same thing happened with Andy Isabella. He'll be available for the next.
Gotcha. Well, David Moore is useless because Josh Gordon is now there.
All right, so let's wrap this up. We only got 10 minutes left, and then we'll switch over to the future.
Oh, you saw the time.
I did. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, well, Bruce texted it to us. Anyway,
did he? I didn't look at that.
Yeah. So Al, take the next matchup on your list if you would.
Gotcha. So I could use like the whole 9 minutes for this matchup. So it's Shadynasty beat Thomas' sister Natalia 135.16 to 102.72. So Lucho's team, Shadynasty, or biggest disappointment there has got to be, I'm going to go with Miles Sanders for this one. Just
because the Eagles don't know what the fuck they're doing.
He had 6 carries.
Insane. That's insane.
I don't know
what are you doing?
Like Carson Wentz looks terrible, and
that game was pretty close too. It wasn't like a total negative script for like a long time.
Yeah. So that's I'm not going to say too much about that one, but and then biggest disappointment on Skyler's side has got to be the goose egg from Darius Slayton.
Yeah.
It sucks to get goose egg, but Darius Slayton is kind of the type of player that will give you a goose egg.
Just missed that big pass too.
And that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Biggest surprise on Skyler's side has got to be
Jarvis Landry.
That's not even a surprise to me.
I mean, he's capable, but
the weather. I would say just the way this year's been going.
The weather was good for the first time in a month. And basically, since the first time Odell Beckham's been gone, Jarvis Landry's been battling coming off that hip injury last year, plus broken ribs just a couple weeks ago. So he's finally healthy too. So that's kind of what I expected Jarvis Landry to be doing now without anyone else there. So my biggest surprise is actually going to be James White with 14.7. Just the Patriots look bad, and
good call.
the fact that he's getting goal line work was the big thing there.
Shocking.
And then biggest surprise on Lucho's side, I think I'm going to go with Carson Wentz still getting 18.8.
It's amazing. I think like if the quarterback points this week were like so weird. Like that was such a bad game for Philly.
Yeah, I can't believe he outscored Mitchell.
Yeeting it up for the Hail Mary too.
That makes a big difference. So
yeah.
I think my favorite part about
Lucho's still holding on. He's still in the playoff race. Just pretty low chances. We'll discuss that with the playoff odds.
All right.
I love the quote from Lucho. It hasn't sunk in yet.
I just want to say quickly, good on you, Skyler. I think honestly, Jarvis Landry could be a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. So good on you getting him.
All right. So in that vein, Bruce, what do you have underneath that one?
I have the big rivalry.
Go for it.
So Nick with 153.74 beats Alex Hochberg at 103.02.
Nick has like 2 players on his team.
Can I say that? I mean,
there's more. I'm looking at him.
Nick's team did good enough, but surprise, surprise, Mike Glennon with 18 points. Look what happens when you make a move. Maybe if Nick was doing this for the 12 weeks of the season prior, he wouldn't be looking out of the playoffs.
This was his first move he's made since we started, by the way. First pickup since we started the Dynasty League.
It's so stupid.
Thanks for your donation.
What did Jerry Jeudy? Like I'm looking at his team. Did Jeudy get hurt in that game? Was that just
there was one?
There was one completed pass.
I get it, but I'm surprised. Like I guess I'm just surprised they didn't like try like an end around or something with him.
Oh no, KJ Hamler's the that guy.
I didn't know if he got hurt. I know he was like questionable.
I don't think Jeudy is fast enough to do end arounds. Really,
no, it makes sense. I just figured maybe they.
It was really just one completion in advance.
But
made the right start.
I guess either way, I'll say the disappointment is Kamara. I mean, I know we kind of talked about it in like the group chat and stuff, but I'm really surprised that Kamara is not benefiting from Taysom Hill being the quarterback.
Latavius Murray has outproduced him.
Yep. And I know Hill's like run first. He's not going to dump it off to Kamara. Like when Drew Brees is quarterback, Kamara's been getting like 10 plus receptions a game, especially when Thomas was out. So it's really surprising to see just a lack of usage from him with Taysom Hill at quarterback. But anyway, I guess biggest disappointment for Alex Hochberg, probably Tyler Lockett. But it's also not that surprising because Lockett can either have 50 or 5 that he had in this game.
Yeah.
And I guess surprise, I mean, for Nick, I'm going to say Mike Glennon. I mean, 18 points.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I wouldn't have guessed
And
that.
he got the double dipping points with a Glennon to Eifert touchdown.
Oh, that's jeez.
I would almost say that Eifert would be my surprise, just because anytime Tyler Eifert does anything, I'm shocked. Like, gets on the field, I'm like, what? Anyway.
Nick was right. He's good with Eifert. Didn't need a different tight end.
Facts.
Yeah, right.
Facts.
Yeah. Biggest surprise for Hochberg? I mean, I really don't think there is one. I mean,
no, there's definitely.
Baker Mayfield could have had 4 more points, but he missed that wide open receiver in the end zone. But whatever.
Maybe Chris Carson coming back from injury, like looking pretty good again. When he
Gronk almost got 20.
Chris Carson got hurt again.
Again?
Jeez.
Oh, boy, I didn't even know that. Jesus. But yeah. All right. So we'll move past that. Nick's still alive, technically. We'll get to that later. All right. So you guys want to wrap this one up here?
Yeah, I'm going to make another drink and then we'll come back.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I do want to just get a quick word from our sponsor really quick, Miller Lite.
Yeah.
They just told me to say nothing because they're not actually sponsored.
But sponsor.
But Miller Lite, great taste, less filling. It's Miller time.
So Modelo dropped us then, huh?
Well, you see, they're both not sponsors, so I can make competitors go against each other.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And if you want a good Moscow Mule, you use Tito's vodka and Gosling's ginger beer. 2 great products that make this great drink.
Really?
And if you
I actually have both those things right now. What do you do to what are your amounts?
I just eyeball it. I just pour. I don't measure anything. And then just do you have lime juice?
I might.
You need the lime juice.
Okay.
Vinny.
Yeah, and if you're you get a little hoarse from talking, may I suggest some Hall's Fruit Breezers for you. Really get your voice going. So we're gonna end this here. We're gonna come back after a quick commercial break, and Bruce is gonna get a little more fucked up. We'll see you on the other side. Deuces. All right, we are back with the part 2 after that commercial break. Maybe it was for Miller Lite. Maybe it was for Halls. Maybe it wasn't.
Well,
Who knows?
actually, folks, I've never seen this before, but Miller Lite has actually dropped us as a sponsor mid-show.
No.
Part 2 of the show is brought to you by Tito's Vodka.
Yes.
Oh man, nice. I like the.
Did you make it right? Did you do it?
I did. I had the lime juice too.
Nice, dude. You're
Very
more
nice.
proper than me. I don't have the copper mugs.
Well, my cousins got married at the beginning of 2020 before COVID hit, and this
Sick.
was the wedding gift. Was just
That's pretty cool.
Well,
That's actually a
one
really
piece
solid
of-
wedding.
it was
That's a
one
solid
piece.
wedding gift.
Yeah.
That's
So it's the only one I have. So
All right. So we'll go into the current standings where we left you off. And as they go, it's 7 through 12 in reverse potential points order, i.e. 12th place as the number 1 pick. So here we go. And
not
first,
by much.
yes. And myself at 10-2, Bruce at 9-3, Joey at 9-3, Thom at 8-4, Al at 7-5, Phil at 7-5, Luchin 6-6, Nick at 6-6, Alex at 4-8, Kyle at 4-8, Anthony 2-10, and Skylar 0-12. So we'll go right now to the playoff odds. Bruce, myself, Dog, Thom, all clinched. Shout out to Thom for finally getting that clinched. Good for you,
You're
pal.
welcome.
Al at 98%, almost clinched. Maybe his butt cheeks are a little clinched.
It would take a
not.
ridiculous loss.
Yeah, a lot of
make him not.
pretty much clinched. I think you told me you have to lose like 150 points
I need
or something.
Nick to outscore my score by 120
Right.
points. So
Okay.
It doesn't even matter if I win or lose versus you. Then it's just
Phil at 73%, Nick at 25%, Luch at 4%, and then the Rex, as we said last week, eliminated. So the power rankings go as follow. And as every week, I will ask, are these official power rankings? And Al will say, yes,
I
they
don't know.
are.
I didn't fill out the sheet this week. So
All right, so these are the MFL power rankings. So we'll go by this. In first, me, Bruce at 2, Al at 3, Joey at 4, Thom at 5, Bill at 6, Luch at 7, Nick at 8, Alex at 9, Kyle at 10, Anthony at
Everything
11,
stayed the
and
same.
Skylar
Me
at
and
12.
Dennis flip flopped.
Right.
That was the.
I actually did. I forget I did double check this, and a thing did flip. Kyle was ahead of Alex Hochberg prior to this week.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Also, aren't I in 4th?
No, not anymore.
not
in the power ranks.
rankings.
Oh, I thought you meant standings. My bad.
No, you are in 4th in the standings. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, and we're gonna go to some trades. There were none, so we're gonna move past that.
You did like
waiver-
past idiots.
You're too late. Anyway, I just did a Papa Doing there. Didn't even
Wait,
potentially do it.
these are notable waivers.
There
I didn't
really
know
were
my
no
two
notes.
pickups were notable.
I mean, that was
AKA
it.
the only waivers.
That
so
was it.
we'll just run it quick. I picked up Colin Johnson for 47.
Damn, I got outbid.
He's a rookie that had a good game. It's literally the only reason.
I did.
Yeah.
I dropped him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Alex picked up Donta Foreman because I think he said forearm. It didn't. It said forearm. And then Al picked up Colt McCoy. Surprisingly, I texted Al before. I'm surprised no one actually did that in the Superflex League.
He looked like shit against Cincinnati, so
Yeah.
why would I think he would do
Yeah.
anything against
It's
Seattle?
just to have a QB.
Says the guy who picked up Gucci Danucci. Anyway, we're
Yeah,
gonna
bro.
go
I do want to
in-
make one quick note on this, though. So,
make a quick note.
Tom, do you remember how stoked I was about Deonta Foreman? I think you were the other one with me on that when he was coming out of college.
Yep.
I thought he was
Oh
gonna be
yeah.
so good.
How many? What year was that?
That was what, 5 years ago, 6
Wasn't
years
he
ago?
the same year as all those other good ones in 2017?
All I know is me and
I wanna
Alex
say yes. I wanna
loved.
say
Me and Alex loved Foreman.
Where did
Yeah.
where'd he go? I'm like
Houston.
forgetting. Mm.
How
Yeah, he was
all those
2017.
years where okay.
2017, the draft
Wow.
of all those good running backs.
I
And
guess. I
And
guess the only other pickups
honestly,
were.
I still think
yeah.
he would have been good, but he got hurt pretty early on.
I grabbed Justice Hill. Dennis grabbed Oblasi Johnson. Jesus Christ, bad name.
Isn't it Olabisi?
Yeah, sure.
Just call him
Whatever.
BC Johnson. BC
Doesn't
Johnson.
matter.
It's all a BC. Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, none of those pickups matter pretty much at the grand scheme
I
of
do.
things.
I will
But-
say.
but they
I just
happened.
remembered. Deonta Foreman. He got hurt. He tore his Achilles on that awesome run he had, and that's what derailed his career.
Because he was
Like
did
an
he get
85-yard
drafted?
touchdown run.
Did he get drafted by the Texans and then everyone thought he was going to be the guy? Lamar Miller was still there.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
But then
Wow.
he looked like he was about to take over. He had that huge touchdown run and he tore his Achilles
Like
in the end zone.
that feels like it was like 10 or 15 years ago, and you're telling me it's 2017. It's
Well,
4 years
I think
ago.
that run was 2018.
A lifetime ago. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's when life was more simple back then.
Huh.
Anyway, all right.
Not
So
kidding.
we're gonna go into week 13, Friday the 13th, previews and predictions, and I'm gonna run it down. And Thom, since you're back, I know you watch, you're loyal, but just as a refresher, we're gonna
Yes.
keep it concise. We're gonna say this is what we think, a prediction, and a thought, and then we're gonna keep it moving because there's 4 of us now, so it'll take a little bit longer. I just want to power through this. So I'll read it off. We'll go first one. We'll go the Not Stupid Podcast Game of the Week with myself at 10-2 and Al at 7-5. I'm going to defer to our guest here, Thom, at first. What do you got, Thom? What do you think? Give me a prediction
I
and
think
thought.
I think it's going to be really close because I think Alex has a really good team as well as you do. However, I'm not going to bet against you after last week's game, so I'm going to go you in a close battle.
Okay.
You could score half the amount of points you scored this week and still beat half the league. I know it doesn't matter for this matchup, but that's just like how ridiculously good of a week you had.
Okay. All right. And Al, I'll go to you now for our
Well,
matchup.
fortunately, my streak of picking myself correctly was broken by that 1.4-point loss against Bruce, so I don't have to pick myself here. So I'm going to pick you. Just you can't pick against someone that just scored 250 points.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm going to say myself too for the same exact reason. So, all right. In that situation, hopefully, I do think it will be a close game because I don't expect a type of performance like that for this week. And Al does have a very good team. So, in that
And
situation,
David Johnson is back.
Is he back this week for real?
Yeah, he got activated. I guess technically he's not officially back, but the practice window got activated, and they said he looks great in practice. So if it's a concussion, I don't.
Is he going to play wide receiver or is he going to be
He'll play
running
running
back?
back. But I think they'll actually split him out wide a lot.
I wouldn't be shocked.
How little the amount of wide receiver and keep Duke Johnson on the field too.
Okay, so in that
Makes sense.
situation, I would be 11-2. Al would move to 7-6. All right, next one. Luch at 6-6 versus Bruce at 9-3. I'm going to once again defer to our guest here. What do you think, Thom?
Oh man, you know what?
Lucho does have DJ Moore and Mike Evans on a bye for what it's worth.
I give the game to Bruce, but if Lucho had a full team, I think I'd pick Lucho this week. His team's surging.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
yeah, Bruce, go. Speak on
My opinion is I think Julio Jones is going to be out again, and I wouldn't be shocked if they
He
shut
didn't
him down at
practice.
some point. Yeah, I think he's going to be out, and I think they're going to shut him down because the Falcons. Why bother rushing him back when this is the second time he's had this injury this year, and that's a pretty big loss considering Zeke still sucks, and Josh Jacobs might be out, and I got
think
a lot
Josh
of
Jacobs
problems.
will play,
Yeah.
but he didn't practice 2 days in a row, so it's a little worried. Like we were hoping he would be limited today, but he didn't practice.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm happy because I need this game. I need this bye week. I'm more mad that I lost because I wanted to clinch the bye because I want no part of some of the week 14 matchups that are possible, like Josh Allen against Pittsburgh. I don't want that in the playoffs. So I'll say myself only because of the bye weeks Lucho has. DJ Moore and Mike Evans. Those are two big spots to fill.
All right, Al, yourself?
Yeah, I'm kind of going to the same way. I guess Josh Jacobs playing or not is going to be a big difference there, just because that
Would be the difference.
Yeah, could be the difference. But Thielen back at least.
Yeah,
Ridley
thank
will
God.
definitely still be out there.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs. I still think your team has the better odds of winning this matchup, so I'll go with the odds.
I agree with pretty much all of that. I'm going to go with Bruce. And to piggyback what Thom said, I do actually appreciate you bringing up the bye weeks. All you guys bring up the bye weeks because I probably would have went with Luch here for the same reason Thom said because his team is surging. But Thielen back is a big gain. Those running backs are going to be the X factor. I think it's going to be pretty close, a little
I
too
think,
close for
and
comfort,
you
but
saw,
I'm going to go
and
Bruce.
I'll just say you saw with Thielen out that Jefferson got those red zone targets that normally end up going Thielen's way.
Yeah, of course. All right, so in that scenario, Bruce will go to 10-3. holding on to that bye week, and Luch will drop to
Need it,
6 and
man.
7. All right, so next one we got Phil at 7 and 5, Kyle 4 and 8. Once again, to our esteemed guest,
Yeah, go for
Tom.
it.
What do you think?
Oh, it's Phil. Kyle depleted his team. He gave himself no shot to win. So it's Phil by default.
All right,
And I
Bruce,
believe if Phil wins that, he clinches the playoffs, correct?
Yep, he does.
Bruce?
Yeah, it's kind of the same. And even with Phil, did Bridgewater get hurt again? I saw him
I
kind
think
of
he's
grab.
okay.
Like I remember, the last play, he was he spiked the
I
ball and was
haven't heard anything.
running off the field. It could have just been a red zone thing. I happened to glance.
Let's take a look. Teddy Bridgewater will be fine. That's what it says.
I mean, he's out. I mean, he's on a bye anyway. But it was one of those where
He's been
even if he
practicing
was
in
healthy,
full. Oh,
All right.
yeah.
he's on a bye anyway. But it was one of those I thought I saw him get hurt.
Oh, Phil
at
only
the
has
end.
one quarterback then.
Ooh,
So it's
I
he
still
only
like-
has
still
his
like
Jared
Phil.
Goff.
I mean, I think
Jared-
Kyle has one quarterback too. So
Yeah, I still like Phil.
Jared Goff. I mean, Jared Goff had his shit game last week. So the way Jared Goff looks is now he'll put up like 25 to 30.
So the
probably.
49ers defense has actually been better the past few weeks despite missing those.
They got Richard Sherman back. They got
Yeah, so they're
back.
playing the Cardinals, who are not a good defense. So I would expect Jared Goff to at least be serviceable.
yeah, for sure. But even it doesn't matter the opponent. Every time Jared Goff's always due for that shit game, and then he bounces back the next week. So I think Phil's fine in that aspect. But yeah, Phil. I mean, just long
All right.
Phil.
Al, same vein there.
Yeah, I'm picking Phil on this one. I just don't think Kyle can score enough points to win this. And Phil's team looks decent, even though he's missing a huge portion of it.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Phil. Side note, I actually think Phil's team in a year or so is going to be pretty
It was-
full.
Going to be good
It's
this year.
sneaky good
yeah.
this year, man.
If he didn't,
Yeah.
it was going to be good this year if he didn't lose Dak.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say, the entire playoff, teams in general, I think it's a lot harder this year, just because I think the top teams are more stacked than last year, whereas the bottom teams.
I don't think there's a bad team in the playoffs.
No, I think
No.
I think last year, I think you had this isn't the best Skyler's team, but I think he had a lot of luck bounces away last year, and I think he was kind of a weaker one seed. If that makes sense, in the nicest way possible. Really not shitting on anybody, but I think this year the playoff teams are just they're all stacked, and I think the non.
I think that's a case of
the opposite direction.
I think to piggyback off that, not to get too sidetracked, but I think this year the teams that were clearly not going to compete really hammered the rebuild. Whereas I think and I wasn't in the league last year, but I think last year was all right, well, let's see where things fall. And now they're all right, well, my team's not doing so well, so
Right.
let me just kind of
Except
just
for Kyle's
blow
team.
it up. Yeah,
Kyle hammered the rebuild right away.
Well, last year
Did he
I
though?
finished in fourth place. I think I finished in last year, and I won the scoring title.
Yeah. All right, so we'll move past that one. Phil at 8 and 5, and then Tyler goes to 4 and 9. All right, so next one we got Nick at 6 and 6, Anthony at 2 and 10. Thom, going back to you, buddy.
Nick's team, besides Garoppolo's not playing, right?
I actually
Not
think
yet.
this should be the game of the week, by the way, just because it's the playoff implications of Nick and Anthony's team actually hasn't been playing bad.
No, I agree.
I still think Nick's team. To me, Nick's team's pretty good when it's healthy. I mean, you saw what Eckler did in his week back.
Yeah, but he just
But
lost.
But that's
both.
why we've spent 12 weeks saying if the manager of Nick's team made even a couple moves, it's a surefire playoff team.
Well, unfortunately, I think he's going to win. He's going to finish season 7 and 6 and be the 7 seed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my prediction for
Yeah,
this week.
but Anthony has a lot to lose for because what is he? Is he 12 points back
something
now?
like that, 12 and a
Yes,
half.
Potential
yeah,
points.
13 points away.
He needs Skyler to outscore him by 13 to clinch the first pick.
So Philip Rivers might not play this week, they're saying, which means Skyler will have a second quarterback with Jacoby Brissett.
Ooh, I would drop him. I mean, don't
Well,
because
it doesn't matter to Skyler.
That's what I mean.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, you're right.
I mean,
That's
unless
why I
unless
put
Dog slips him a 20 or something like that.
Doesn't Anthony have Jacob Eason?
Yeah,
Ooh. if
who's not?
if the fucking
Nah,
number one
if the
pick
Colts
comes
were
down,
the Colts backup quarterback battle deciding who gets Trevor Lawrence.
if the Colts weren't in playoff contention, then sure, I would have thought that was a possibility.
no,
Well,
they're gonna go
they've been
because Brissett
slowly
was getting
working.
plays on the goal line. Yeah,
they've been slowly working. I feel like they're all right. We need 2 yards. Jacoby Brissett. Hey, we're at the goal line. Yeah,
Well,
Jacoby
yeah.
Brissett. Like they're slowly just
Philip
benching
Rivers,
Phillip Rivers.
can't do anything. Yeah.
No, not at all. All right, Bruce, are you gonna go? Who are you gonna go with here?
Nick.
Nick. All right, Al. What about yourself?
I do think Nick wins, even though I like I said, I think it should be the game of the week just for the playoff.
Sorry,
implications.
I'll just add that Hollywood Brown will not get 20 again because Lamar Jackson will be back in the lineup.
But
Downgrade, apparently.
Nick did just lose Will Fuller, so I don't know. His team still is.
I'm actually going to come at an upset alert here. I think Anthony's going to take this because I don't think Mike Glennon gets nearly enough. Will Fuller's not there. Will Fuller's been really good this year. I mean,
Jared Judy will get more than 0, though. I think is the thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to go on. Would I be surprised if Nick wins? No, not at all. But I mean, I think Anthony has the chance.
Throw the shit against the wall. Why not?
Obviously, outruled here, so we're going to go in that scenario. Nick goes to 7-6. Anthony goes to 2-11. All right, so then we got Doggy versus Alex, and Doggy is at 9-3. Alex is at 4. And
Joey said Week 13 is going to be a problem.
All right, so Al, do you know why he said that? Do you have any?
It's because the Carolina Panthers are on a bye, so he was missing the CMC / Mike Davis experience, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on a bye, so Ronald Jones was going to be out.
Yeah,
but Antonio Gibson is still.
But Washington plays Pittsburgh. And
so maybe Joey has a point that Week 13 could be a problem. And Alex,
I want him to lose because I want the fucking bye week.
Alex has the potential to have a good week, but I still think Joey wins this.
I don't know. All that stuff you named, I could see Gibson being a little weaker. I could see McLaurin being shut down. I'm going to take the upset. I'll say Alex Hochberg. I think his team's better than the performance he had last week.
All right. For myself, I'm going to go with Alex too. I didn't know. I'm glad you guys told me that. That's a lot of tough matchups and a lot of points not there. Can I see Dog winning? Of course. But right. I think Alex is a sneaky team there, man. So we'll go with Alex here just because of the tough matchups in the bye weeks. And
I forgot about the McCaffrey Davis bye, by the way. And then
I
didn't even think about that. Who were his running backs?
It's probably gonna be like Henderson and probably
right.
Henderson, who's getting phased out.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. And then, all right, so Tom, go ahead. Give me a thought.
And he'll still start Gibson.
I think we should note that Alex Hochberg's team doesn't have Gronk either. But with that being said,
Alex Hochberg. Oh yeah, he does. I'm sorry. I always get those fuckers confused. Him and Nick.
I still think I have Hochberg winning this game.
Wow.
I just think without those 3 players that Joey has, it's going to be tough. And we got to pick an upset once in a while, so I'm picking Alex.
All right, so in an upset, not unanimous, but pretty close. Joey would go to 9-4, giving Bruce the bye week regardless of the outcome. And would he slip below Thom if Thom won?
It depends. Yeah, as of now, Thom has more points scored, but not by much. So
okay. So and then,
but if you guys are thinking he's going to lose to Alex, I would assume that means Joey's not scoring a lot of points.
No, probably not. All right, so we're going to go with the Bins game of the week presented by Zeke. Seattle plus 6.5. Sorry. And Anthony Jr. the second junior. That is Skylar at 0-12 versus Thom at 8-4.
I mean, Tom.
I'm gonna say Thom.
Look. I'm sorry, Skylar. Nobody wants anyone to go winless, but it's happening.
It is. Thom, do you think yourself as well?
I think Skylar's gonna win.
Oh,
shut the fuck up!
I've been saying it. I've been saying it all year. If Skylar goes 0-12, I guarantee you this happened in the keeper league. Craig was 0-12 and he beat me in the last week. This is happening.
Right. Okay. Alex, you're in agreement with us here.
I'm going with Tom. Yeah, I can't pick a 0-12 team.
I can't either.
Although he does have Jarvis Landry now, so I don't know. Maybe he has a chance here.
It's possible. Never know. He's put up. I'll say this: best 0-12 fantasy team I've ever seen. He puts up a fight.
That's true. There was a lot of couple.
Took me to the limit. I had to score fucking 160 just to beat him barely. So you never know. But
all right, so
I do think Tom's better on paper.
Predicted Post week 13 standings, as always. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're not. I'd be 11-2. Bruce would be 10-3. Thom would be 9-4. Joe would be 9-4. Phil 8-5. Alex 7-6. Nick at 7-6. Luch at 6-7. Alex at 5-8. Kyle at 4-9. Anthony 2-11, and Skylar 0-13. Now we're gonna wrap that up and pretty much be done with the predictions. Do we have fan mail? Do we?
I don't think so.
We do. I don't think we do. Okay.
Fuckers.
Now,
how hard is it to send an email?
It's pretty tough. Unbelievable. Anyway, how hard is it to donate to us? Anyway,
Yeah, cash out.
so number one fan of the week, not even close. You know him, the man from Athens himself, Thom. Let's give it up for him. Give it up for him. A little round of applause. A little applause. Thom, floor is yours. A little bit of a monologue here, if you'd like.
I just feel honored that I've gotten fan of the week numerous times this year. I hope to repeat that next season as well.
Yeah.
And I just want to shout out my mom.
Oh, I'm going to say perhaps a new podcast regular. I don't want to make any promises, but
Could be. We'd be down a viewer, but yeah, I mean, we
can't-
one
we can't
in now
afford
that
to
I'm
lose
now
that.
that I'm
I'll still
hosting.
watch it. I want to let you guys know that I posted a sneak Snapchat of us doing this recording, and I got 3 responses saying post the link. So
from non-league members.
from non-league members.
I
Boy,
like
they're
that.
gonna be disappointed.
that. Probably.
when they jump on. Shout out to those people. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
shouts out to Jimmy, Steven, and Jimmy again. 2 Jimmys.
Wow, 2 Jimmys. I only know one in my life. Anyway, so all right, we're gonna wrap this up
Bonesy
here.
and Stromesy can listen to.
Bonesy and Stromesy. Anyway, no, they got hockey. Anyway, we're gonna end this on. I actually didn't have a food question, so I didn't think we were gonna do one. But I like this. So the Mount Rushmore, because Thom is here, presented by Greeks.
Yeah.
Ice cream flavors. Ice cream flavors.
So we're going generic here. Or are we going?
You
with,
can't. I think because I texted Tom asking because we did a Mount Rushmore last time he was on. So I texted him asking, and the specifics were it has to be right. It has to be like available everywhere. So we can't do like, even though I love Ben and Jerry's, like real specific flavors, it can't be that.
Oh, goddamn.
That's what I said, but it's got to be like your generic flavors that everybody makes.
But like, where does generic flavors end though? Because I feel like
just
No, but
most
like
companies
everyone
have
makes
this flavor.
like
Like,
Grant Carl,
you
like
can't-
vanilla. But
like not a
everyone-
specific like.
You can't say this one
I
thing
get it.
because it's only Ben and Jerry's. It has to be like
Okay.
multiple companies.
All right, do you
Like
guys have one? I need a little time to think.
All right. I feel like I'm going to throw out cookies and cream because I mean that's such a good combo. Like it's one of the best, and everybody makes it.
It's classic.
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna have-
since I said Ben and Jerry's, the milk and cookies, and fucking fantastic.
all right, so I'm gonna type these things out just so we get them all here, so we can hammer them down like we did last time.
Hey, good idea, Alex.
Yes.
I'm gonna put a chocolate chip cookie dough too.
That was one of my next ones.
It might not be my favorite, but it's definitely in my top 4. So
Yeah.
You guys might not like my list.
What are you gonna say? Fucking strawberry, like an
Number-
asshole?
Well, in no particular order, it's in my top 4. Pistachio.
I don't think I've ever had pistachio ice cream. I can't
Yo.
really comment on it.
I
don't even
like
know how
it,
to
not my
spell
favorite.
pistachio. I think
No, it's not on my Mount Rushmore, but if Thom likes it, he's
Mint chocolate chips grown on me the past few years.
I hate mint chocolate chip.
I don't like mint in
Me neither.
chocolate. I don't like.
I
mint.
like it.
I don't like mint at all.
Not my favorite, but it's grown on me. I'll say.
Mike, Turkey Hill. They make a mint chocolate chip where the chips are so finely cut it tastes like Oreos.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Can
so-
I throw out like any peanut butter ice cream? I just like maybe not like just peanut butter ice cream, but like a peanut butter swirl. I feel like the Stewart's one they do is really good.
Yeah.
Or just like any peanut butter flavored ice cream. Like I'm super like Friendly's has a good one too. I'm a big fan.
I also do like graham cracker and marshmallow, which a lot you can get that in a lot.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's like Rocky Road almost.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was trying to think of the name.
It would be s'mores probably. Actually, that's
Yeah.
I'll call it
s'mores.
s'mores ice cream.
What about? I mean, honestly, too, it sounds kind of plain, but I do like a vanilla bean, specifically like a vanilla bean, not like just like a generic vanilla or like French.
There is a
vanilla.
I'm with you on the
Big
vanilla
difference.
bean is better.
The
than-
vanilla bean one is like it's such a clean ice cream taste. Like that's like like that's what ice cream should taste like. I can't think of like
Yeah.
a specific brand, but like I'm down with.
I'm gonna throw chocolate into consideration because of the amount of chocolate milkshakes I get. Tom knows this.
Yeah, every Sunday for football, Alex walks in my house with a chocolate milkshake.
No, it'd either be I brought it in or we all
Halftime.
decide to go get Dairy Queen.
Or I found it on the sidewalk and brought it in the house. Did you get this here? No. I'm trying to think if there's another one. I mean, cookies and creams are going too. What
With
do you got?
mine,
I
I'm
know, yes,
going to
no.
go ahead and put it's either like strawberry or raspberry, but the cheesecake flavored ice creams, like strawberry cheesecake.
I like strawberry ice cream, just like a straight up strawberry ice cream. It's like
So
kind
do I.
of
See,
it's kind of
I'm-
underrated.
But I hate it. I don't know. I like strawberries, but strawberries
if you're
doesn't
doing-
do it for me.
If you're doing chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry, I'm picking strawberry.
Oh,
What?
I'd take
I'd
chocolate.
probably take
No,
chocolate.
vanilla.
Yeah,
Vanilla.
I'd probably
I
take
know
chocolate.
Joey agrees with me. I know that.
Word. I'm trying to think if there's like other ones here. I feel like we
And-
hit most of the basics.
Since
I'm
we're
gonna
talking
add-
about strawberry, you guys should try the strawberry shortcake G Fuel that I'm drinking right now, which honestly I may be able to get as a sponsor
Do
in
it.
the
That'd be
future.
sick.
Do
That'd be
it.
Sick.
I don't even need
Bring
money.
G
I'll
Fuel,
take free
kids.
stuff.
Drink G Fuel. Buy one, get one free right now.
The
Yeah, you get a
discount
giant
code is
tub.
fuck dick.
You get a giant tub.
Discount code fuck dick.
Yeah.
But it's just somebody's like, it's not working. Jimmy's like, fuck. Anyway, I don't know if I. What about coffee ice cream? I don't really like it. Like I like
Ooh,
coffee.
no,
but,
I
I
love
don't like
coffee ice
coffee.
cream.
I don't like coffee ice cream.
We'll
I
put
like
it
it.
on here, but
Put it on.
That
It's
pissed me
Not
off.
my.
that you're
It's
putting
not
it on.
my route much more, but I like coffee ice cream. This is harder than I thought, man.
Not a huge fan.
if you guys could take a gander at the list. Let me know if you think anything's missing
Ooh.
really quick.
I love cherry vanilla ice cream.
All right, Cherry.
I don't know if a lot of people make it, but I feel like
I
Ben
guarantee
and
you it's
Jerry's
not going to
does.
make the.
Are you talking
No.
about Cherry? Are you talking about Cherry Garcia style?
I am, but like there's a lot of places I know that make cherry vanilla. Like the local ice cream place by me makes it. Oh, I forget who I've taken there. That Van Dyke's ice cream place. I feel like I brought Dennis there.
I guess I should.
We've gone there multiple times, especially
Okay.
after we've
Oh, I did.
drank a lot.
Yes. Okay. They're so good.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like if I'm just looking at, I'm looking at just like random flavors.
My problem is I know we said we can't do like random Ben and Jerry's flavors, but like half baked from Ben and Jerry's is so goddamn
and
good.
the Chunky Monkey. That's one of my favorites.
Like that's my problem. Like I love Ben and Jerry's like my favorite. Like just with their like their fancy shit.
There's not like, you know what I like too. Actually, I don't know if like they sell it in like a carton, but like every like ice cream place has it. Is like a cake batter ice cream, like some form of cake batter.
At Cold Stone, they make it really
Yeah,
well.
yeah, Cold Stone, and then like I think there's another one, but like I love that. It's so good.
What about like a chocolate ice cream with brownies in it and shit like that?
Yeah, like I'm down with like chocolate brownie.
But that's why I said
Love
that's why I
that.
said like half baked from Ben and Jerry's because that's kind of what that is.
I'm looking up right now just to like refresh my memory. I'm looking up ice cream flavors, and one of them is crab, which I just don't think is a thing.
So
I'm
on
throwing-
that note,
I'm throwing sherbet on the list just to get it into consideration. even though-
Yeah, throw it in there. What about moose tracks?
Can we
I
count
feel
like lemon Italian ices in this or no?
No,
No.
ice cream.
Those are fucking good though.
What about moose tracks? Moose tracks is pretty good.
Ooh, that,
What is Moose Trap?
It's basically like chocolate chip cookie dough, but instead of the cookie dough, it has chocolate chips and like little Reese's peanut butter cups.
the
Yep.
mini
Yeah.
peanut butter.
ones.
cup.
anything with Reese's peanut butter cups I can go to. So
Oh, here's another good one. Here, this is more of a gelato, but sea salt caramel. That one's really good.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
Yep.
That should be.
That's
That's a good
really
one.
good. That one.
Any type of caramel swirl, caramel toffee, even.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All
And
right,
don't
I think
know-
we
I think
have
we got
the
enough,
list.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna throw out mine, and this is just me looking at it. I
Just
like.
look at it.
I'm just looking at it to look at it. I gotta go with just like a regular chocolate vanilla bean, just because that's the OG. That's the OG right there. Cookies and cream, obviously, and I'm gonna throw the peanut butter in there too. Those are my three. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. I like that. I'm cool.
All right, Dennis. So wait, what did you pick? What were your
All
favorite?
right, for my number one, I'm going cookies and cream. I think cookies and cream is now like my favorite ice cream.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna say just like a regular chocolate. I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna go cake batter. I'm a big cake batter guy. And then vanilla bean. Love vanilla bean too. So going with that. That's my Mount Rushmore out of all these lists.
Bruce?
All right. So for sure, cookies and cream and chocolate chip cookie dough. And then out of the list we have, now I'm just reading the Google sheet. I gotta throw mint chocolate chip and cherry vanilla as my other two like generic favorites that you can just get.
All right.
All right, fair enough.
All right, I'm going to go 100% chocolate chip cookie dough. I am going to go a strict plain chocolate. I'm just such a big fan of just plain chocolate. S'mores, I could keep that one out of there. But the sea salt caramel, it just made me think of, I'm going to just change this from sea salt caramel to caramel because I feel like that's close enough to include.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put caramel in that.
Go buy some kosher salt and sprinkle it on. Same shit.
For my fourth one here,
But I'm not Jewish.
you know what? I'm gonna go with vanilla bean here because I love vanilla bean as well.
Well, you're a bean guy.
Yeah, dude.
Beans.
All right, my 4. I'm going cheesecake number 1.
Wow. All right.
Yeah,
Strong
bro.
number one.
Number 2, I'm gonna go. Where is it at? The peanut butter one.
You're
I'll go peanut butter number 2. Number 3, golly, cookies and cream. And number 4, see, this is tough. Number 4, I'm gonna go strawberry.
All right. Well, in that case, we could easily put cookies and cream at the top then because
Yeah.
3 of us picked it. It
Yeah.
was even one person's number 1, so we could take that off this list. All the ones that have 1 or 0 can also come off this list. So that's a big portion here. So
Huge.
yeah.
all these off.
Oh,
But I love a rocky road.
And that leaves three that have 2. So we just
That
got to come
makes
up with the
that-
order of these.
I mean, I feel like cookies and cream are obviously number one. I mean,
yeah.
chocolate chip cookie dough is such a versatile flavor, man.
It's
just got
my
everything you need.
number 1. So I don't know.
I'm gonna make the case though for vanilla bean, man, because it's just like as just like a pure ice cream, like vanilla bean has like the best.
What's your guys' number 1 from this remaining 3?
And those
Chocolate.
three,
Dennis, you're saying-
chocolate chip cookie dough.
You're saying vanilla bean, Dennis?
it's probably chocolate chip cookie dough. Who the fuck am I?
Mine's regular chocolate.
I'm just when I get ice cream, I like
We're gonna go with
shit. I like shit mixed in.
Yeah.
Like I love vanilla ice cream; it's classic. But I lean toward
Yeah,
Is
I
there
mean,
extra
life
stuff
stuff.
to
You
go
just
with
get
it?
fucking plain ice cream. You know.
Now we just gotta decide. Number 3 is a vanilla bean or is it chocolate? I feel like this is the age-old question.
I prefer vanilla over chocolate ice cream.
I think I'm gonna go
I'm gonna-
chocolate.
I'm
gonna
going.
go. I'm gonna go chocolate as well.
I'm
over
gonna go
vanilla.
chocolate.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
When you get-
chocolate. And no, sort of
When you get a
vanilla
Wendy's
there,
Frosty, vanilla or chocolate? I go vanilla.
I get chocolate.
Yeah, but I don't go vanilla bean.
but-
I know it's a different
Those are
question,
baked
but
beans
still
and
vanilla
I go
chocolate.
chocolate. I go chocolate.
I go vanilla.
every time.
yeah.
The fries and the vanilla frosty. Fucking
How much time we got left, bud?
4
We got
minutes. We're
4
good, though.
minutes. So just to
4
wrap
minutes?
that up, our Mount Rushmore: cookies and cream, chocolate chip cookie dough, chocolate vanilla bean. Technically, a Mount Rushmore has no specific order, but you
Right.
might know which president you like better. So you can order these. If you want. But that's our Mount Rushmore.
I was always a Lincoln guy myself personally, but anybody have anything else? Anything at all?
I mean, I don't know. We
This
covered
room's
all our shit.
Kind of messy.
I
The
really
connections.
hope I get this bye week because I want no part of week 14.
I just
I
want to say
want- I
thanks.
I want to be
Thanks.
guaranteed to play for money, a chance to play for money.
I just want to say thanks for having me on. I like being on here. So,
Hey, dude. Well, listen. At this point, I think we'll have you back next week.
Unless
I'll be
Skylar
here.
gets a win. If Skylar gets a win, Skylar comes.
if
on the
Skylar
show.
beats me, he deserves to be on the podcast.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Go with that. All right. So if we got nothing else, let's just wrap it up with all of our thank yous as per usual.
Slow
Thank
mo
you.
Dennis will handle this one.
Is it just me? You guys can do it because I don't know if it's me messing up because you guys are messing up. So just
Shout out to the Moscow Mules that fuel me
Yes.
for this podcast every week. Such a good drink, dude. It's. I love beer, but this just doesn't fucking blowed me like drinking a
Well,
few
they all
beers
are
does.
Tito's
You just
vodka.
blowed me.
Oh, and Kyle likes guys.
Confirmed. Kyle does
We hope you enjoyed the pod. I know
Am I back now? Am I like less?
You're good.
a little
You're
better.
good.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I don't know what's happening right now, but anyway, like we said, thank you for Lucho for editing this in the future. We appreciate you, Thom. Thank you for coming on, and thank you for being
dude.
a loyal follower of the pod. Al, as always, for being here, and I'm just breaking down now, so I just don't care. Anyway, just thank you to everybody in general. Thanks for giving me something to look forward to on Thursday night. We'll catch you next week. Deuces.
Hell yeah.